Hi guys, EBPMAN here with Tablets for Me. And today we're going to take a look at a battery case for your iPhone 6. This battery case was brought to us by 1byone. So now before taking the case out of the box and actually doing the fitting on the phone, let's take a look at some of the specifications that we see here. First of all, you'll notice that it has a 1 amp max input, so you'll be able to use a charger to charge your the case. Now keep in mind that when you charge it, you'll notice here at the very bottom it says that it is a micro USB charging port, so it's not a traditional Apple charging port. The output, you can see that really clearly here, is that it will be outputting 1 amp of charge going to your phone. It will provide a capacity of 3,500 milliamp hours, and it's a lithium polymer type battery. So it does also have short circuit and overcharge protection, so you're not going to ruin your phone. And it doesn't add a significant amount of weight to your phone. Now we'll look at all these specifications once we do the unboxing. So let's take and see what's in the box, and then we'll do the fit on the iPhone 6. So this is what's included in the box. You have your case. You have a headphone jack extension, which you'll need, and you'll see that as we review the specs and the fit, a micro USB charging cable, and then a user guide. So now let's take a closer look at the case. And the first thing we'll do is we'll zoom into the specs right here so you can see what's going on here from a capacity perspective. Make sure that's in focus for you. So once again, this is just highlighting the specifications that we just covered regarding the charging rate, the output rate, and once again the 3,500 milliamp hour battery capacity that you have here. Now looking at the case, this is a nice design case. You'll notice that this is in white. It has a rubberized finish all the way around, and we can get a little bit closer so you can see that. Rubberized all the way around. That's going to give you some really nice protection. And on the back here, you can see that you have your battery. So it does add some thickness to your phone, but once again, it's giving you 3,500 milliamp hours additional charge. So this can be used to, again, top off your iPhone in the event that you're running out of juice. Now, as we flip it over, you'll notice that you have your power buttons. Everything is nicely aligned there. And we're going to see how things fit when we put the phone on. Here you have your on button. So this is going to let you know how much battery charge you have, and it's also going to be used to enable the charger to charge your iPhone. Now the one thing that you may be asking yourself, well, this bottom portion looks a little weird, and I just wanted to highlight that what this bottom portion is doing for you is that this is going to take the sound coming out of the speaker of your iPhone 6, and it's going to project it this way facing you as opposed to coming down because of it being sealed in this area. So I've seen other cases that do this, and they actually work really well. Over here you'll notice that you have as I mentioned, a micro USB charging port, so you'll use a standard micro USB charging port, and then here there's some depth here. And that depth is there because of obviously the placement of the charging port. But we have, as you know, when we did what's included in the box, you saw that we have an extension if you use a headphone jack. Now at the very side here, you'll notice that we have these little levers. Once you pull them down, what this will do for us is it will allow us to slide in the iPhone. So I like this design because some cases you have to snap it in, and it makes me a little cautious because you have this charging port here, and you don't want to put your phone at an angle and then flip it in. So I really appreciate the fact that this is removable and that you can slide your phone in. So let's take a look at how our phone looks when it's slid into the case, and then we'll review all the cutouts and see how everything aligns. So the first thing we'll do is we'll remove the top. That comes out easily just like that. You'll take your iPhone and you'll just slide it in. And there's some feedback when you slide it in that you feel that it landed in the right position. Right, now that you've done that, you're going to take the cover again and you're just going to place it right on top of it. And we'll just align it. And then we'll close the snaps. Let me just do that off camera really quick. Just a little bit easier. We'll do that. And now that's snapped in. So this is what your iPhone looks like when it's in the case. Now keep in mind that it is adding some additional material or thickness to your phone, but it also has a lot of protection all the way around, and we'll look and see how the phone functions once we power up the battery. But one of the things I'd like to highlight, you'll notice that you have some decent screen protection going all the way around. So you'll see how much material there is. I do have a glass screen protector, tempered glass screen protector, and it's not being impaired in any way by the case. And it's slid in really nice. It wasn't really fighting with the screen protector, which is great. You have your volume rocker here, and these feel well. I don't really see that there's any problems. I do get some feedback there. You have your ability to mute the phone. Now that's a little deep, so you're going to have to stick your finger in there, but it's still something that you can reach into. It's just I find that it's a little harder because of the extra protection that you have. You have some really good bumper protection. Most phones, when they're dropped, they hit the corners. So you have some really good bumper protection on each side. You have your camera. Notice how much depth is there. That's a lot of depth. So you really don't have to worry about, if you do place your phone this way, having any issues whatsoever, because you can see how nicely protected that is there. Power button here on the side. So when I press it, the phone will turn on. Not a problem. So let's look at the bottom area, and this is what we talked about when we were doing the initial review of the contents of the package. It's going to be very difficult for you to stick your headphones in here. So what you'll want to do is use this extension. This extension is going to reach all the way in and allow you to connect your headphones. Now, what I do is when I have these type of cases on my phone, I connect this extension to my headphones, not to the phone, and that way it's with me at all times. And then I plug this in as if it was an extension of my headset itself. So not a big bother there. The other part that I just wanted to highlight is the button here. Now what we'll do is I'm going to press this. I'm going to see what happens on the front. So let me just turn it on, log in, get out of there. So phone is on now. So now just let me log in, and you can see I have no juice. I'm almost out. But what I can do now is I can press this button. So I'm going to press this button, and let's see what happens on the back first. Press it and hold. I see the lights turn on, and I heard the little ding dong. Notice at the very top I have my lightning bolt. If I turn off my phone and I do that again, I'm going to power that off. And now I'm going to press and hold. I'm going to turn this off again. And I'm going to press and hold it. Now you see that it's starting to charge, and you hear that audible feedback. So once again, this is going to give you or extend your battery in those situations where, let's say you're in the campus grounds and you don't really have a lot of good connectivity and you can't find a plug. Maybe you're on a long trip. Maybe you're going on a run. Any area where you want to have some additional power, but also not sacrifice on protecting your phone, because you really have some good protection all the way around on your phone. This is a good case to consider. Given the fact that you are going to be using a micro USB cable and you're an Apple user, you may not have one. Well, you don't have to worry, because that's also included. You also have the extension that's going to cover the fact that this port is pretty deep. Now, I have played music with the case on, and I actually like the way the music comes out forward as opposed to it coming out on the bottom. So all in all, I really don't see any negatives with the case. All I see is positives, because it's going to give you extra power when you need it. So this concludes our review of the 1byone Slim battery backup case for your iPhone 6. I want to thank 1byone for making this product available on the channel for us to review and for you to see. I also want to thank you for watching, and if you have any comments or questions, leave it on the YouTube channel. And as always, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Thanks for watching.